Let's get this question. I like this question from Malik Asharif. A budget of $1,200 to get into digital FPV with everything I need to start. What do you recommend? Let's run this down. This could, like, you could almost make a video out of this. No, not that. No, definitely not Facebook. Jesus Christ. I don't know what's going to come up on my face. If I open my... Let's just say I have no idea what crazy shit from my aunt or whoever might show up if I open my personal Facebook page on stream. Let's not do that. $1,200. Okay, so we're going to need a spreadsheet. We definitely have to have a spreadsheet. Okay. All good projects start with a spreadsheet. Okay, budget, let's say, 1,200, and then, like a budget remaining, equals, well, we'll get there, so let's start with the video system. Okay, here, I'm going to go back to my face cam here. We'll talk it through. Let's start with the video system. He said digital FPV. That means his choice is HDZero, DJI V2, Caddx Vista, etc. Walk Snail, Fat Shark. That's it, right? That's it. Theoretically, he could wait. Like, let's assume that if you're willing to wait for, a month or so, then you could get the DJI, the new goggles. See, currently, I can't remember how many of the things I know about the release schedule are public, and how many of them I only know because someone told me in confidence. So I'm not going to say anything about the release schedule of the DJI, the Avata, and the new goggles. Let's do this. No, because we don't know the pricing. Do we know the pricing? We do know the pricing. We know the pricing through leaks. I don't know if that pricing is correct, but I think the pricing is correct. I have to tell you, I spoke with one retailer and was like, "Hey, DJI isn't sending me this new system. What could I do to try to buy it from you and get it out snappy on release day?" And they were like, "Well, we don't actually have pre-order pricing from DJI yet." So maybe those leaks are true, but maybe they're not. if the DJI hasn't told the retailers pricing yet. But let's just say that, assume that we're in a time period where you can buy the new DJI goggles and the new Air unit separately. Okay, so how does that break down price wise? Let's say, he said digital, HDZero, DJI V2. They can't even call it the DJI V2 because it's not even the... Hang on, I gotta make this bigger. Can't even call it the V2 because the new one is the Goggles 2. It's so frustrating. How do I zoom? Why can't I... Can I zoom? Zoom. Oh, I can only zoom to 400%? Why? Oh, there we go. Okay. DJI FPV goggles DJI FPV V2 Vista Air EG Caddx Vista. Let's do that. It's not the Caddx Vista anymore because Caddx got fired or whatever. Let's see. New DJI goggles 2 with 03 Air unit. Now, technically, I don't think we know whether the new goggles will be backwards compatible with the Vista. We know that the V2 goggle is forwards compatible with the 03 Air unit. I don't think I'm going to assume that the new goggles are backwards compatible. I don't think that's been confirmed. And then... So let's just start with price. Now, I'm going to set aside HDZero for a second. Fat Shark, Walk Snail. Let's see. Goggle is, I believe it's almost 600. Is it $599? I think it's $599. As low as, oh, so that's a whole kit. Nah, I don't want to assume the antennas. Dominator HD. This is not going to be a short. 600 for the goggles. And I believe it's 160 for the VTX. So this is going to be equals 600 for the goggles, 160 for a let's do the VTX separately. Nah, let's just 600 plus 160. And then you need a set of antennas. You're going to want a decent set of antennas like... Hello, what are we doing? Don't crap out on me, I'm streaming. Okay. Trusty X-Air for DJI. I think it's like 70 bucks for the DJI set. Is it 60? That's a single. Is that a single or is that two of them? DJI FPV left-hand polarized. That's the one. Oh, there's the set. 75. Malik's saying he wants a pre-built. Okay, no problem. 75. We're just doing the goggles right now. 75 bucks for the antennas. I'm not going to worry about batteries because he can use his flight packs probably, unless they're 6S. That's annoying. But we're going to leave the battery out. We're just going to go with the goggles, the VTX. Boom. $835. So now we'll do equals... Oh, well, we're not there yet. DJI Goggles 2 is $460 plus... Oh, that's the 03 area. No. The old goggles. Today's goggles. $460 plus, I believe it's around $160 for a Caddx Vista. Technically, you can use the stock antennas if you really want to, but let's just put like an iFlight Crystal in there. Get FPV doesn't carry the iFlight Crystal because they compete with it. I bet. No problem. $45 plus, yeah, for the set here. 45, 55, 60 bucks-ish. Okay, so 60 bucks for the antennas. HDZero is a tough one because if you have to buy goggles... How much are the HDZero goggles going to be when they come out? That's a tough one. We don't know. And if you have to buy a set of goggles, you're going to spend like $500 on goggles. So we're not going to go to FPV Exchange for used stuff. That's too all over the place. We're gonna start out just buying new. Let's just say HDZero $600 for the goggles. And a VTX is, I believe, around $150. How much is the Freestyle VTX? Only $100. Oh, but that's without a camera. And 50 bucks for a camera, let's say. 600 plus 150. Oops, that's not right. And then the new DJI goggles is going to be like $650 something. What was the price? It's like $650 plus 300. So, I think we can easily see that the new DJI goggles is completely out of Malik's budget. Okay? The Fat Shark system is also kind of out of his budget. And he said that he wants a bind and fly. And those don't exist. Maybe Rotor Riot sells one you could buy, but there's not a lot of choice in bind and flies. Same is true for HDZero. So on the price versus performance, the DJI V2 wins, and on the desirability of bind and flies, DJI V2 wins. And the only downside here is, in theory, maybe sometime in the future it will be discontinued, But I still feel like, especially at this price, it's a safe bet because I feel like even if DJI cut the tap today, and I'm not saying they are, but if they did, I think you could still get Vistas. They would still do warranty repair on it. You could still get Vistas and air units for a little while. So now he's doing a self-built. Oh, hang on. He's doing a self-built. So actually this pricing needs to change because he's going to buy the Vista as part of the VTX, as part of the quad. Now that doesn't change the calculus because, again, the others are not available in bind and flies very widely. HDZero has a couple of bind and flies. Walk Snail may have like one that Rotor Riot makes, but generally there's not a lot of selection there. So if budget didn't drive us this way, the need to have a bind and fly would drive us this way. So that's where we're going to start. Let's just grab a couple columns. Okay. So what do we got left? False. What? No, minus. Got $740 left. Okay, well, now we got to look at a quadcopter. And this is going to be fairly easy. For example, Nazgul Evoke, $475. GepRC Mark V, $486 to $500. All of these are going to come in around $500. Right? They're just all going to come in around $500. Did I remove the antenna price? Thank you. You're right, I did. That's we will want to get. I mean, you don't have to, but we'll want to get an aftermarket antenna. We probably will. We'll cut that out if we. Here, let's do it separately. There we go. Okay. Now. So I'm just going to say, we're just going to say $500 here. And your choice could be, you have many choices here. I would personally, my favorites are the iFlight Nazgul Evoke, the GepRC Mark V, and Diatone Roma F5 V2. The Diatone Roma, I think, is less favorite compared to the Evoke or the Mark V. I have reviews of all of these, though. Haha, $300. Joking. Prices have gone up. So, but we're not going to dive deep into which of those you should get because you can do your own research. We're just working on a budget here. What does that leave us? $180. Oh, this is going to be tight. Okay, so controller. I mean, if you're doing bind and flies, then you're either going to get FreeSky or you're going to get Crossfire, right? Do any of these guys come with Express LRS? Oh my God. Okay, GepRC Mark V for the win. Nazgul Evoke, does it come with Express LRS? Kudos if it does. I'm actually super impressed if it does. Where's the... Oh, that's the bind and fly. That's bind and fly. Where's the receiver selection? Where's the receiver selection? Why can I not select a receiver here? That's weird. Let's try a different shop, a different store. Good old Pyrodrome. That's analog, though. He wants digital. Analog, Caddx Vista, okay. DJI or Azure. No, see, so I think that people are telling me in the chat that the Evoke can be ordered with Express LRS. I think we're gonna... I don't see it, though. Let's try one more store. Caddx Vista and DJI Cam, choose version. Yeah, see, I'm not seeing the Evoke either on iFlight's website or on any other stores. I'm not seeing it with Express LRS. Let's see. We got a link here from the Discord. Here's Express LRS for the GEP RC available. Vista Pro System, bind and fly. No, I'm sorry, I don't. Am I missing it? I don't see an option to select Express LRS receiver here. Is this pre-installed? It doesn't say. Click geometry. Okay. Oh, I have to pick a geometry first? No. And 6S version. Ah, there we go. That's a little weird. That's a little weird. Express LRS 2.4. Okay. Okay. Well, okay. So either the Evoke or the GEP RC with some hoop jumping. The GEP RC appears to be more widely available with Express LRS, but you can find them. So we're going to say it's 533. That's 500. That gives the Evoke a little bit of an edge. We're going to say $500. And for a controller, we're going to say Radio Master Zorro ELRS 2.4 gigahertz. Price on that is going to be I think the price on that's pretty reasonable. $160. You could probably do it a little cheaper. But I think the point is that your $1,200 budget is going to be a struggle if you're buying new. Because, so like, let's say, okay, I'm not going to get the crystal antenna. Nope, can't afford it. I'm going to use the Omnis. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. And I'm gonna find some way to get a controller. Like, is the Jumper T Pro $100? Let's see. We're going to try to get a controller for $100. You know, if we squeeze this just a little, we need a charger and batteries and props. What else am I missing, folks? The Commando is $130. Okay. $130. Charger, batteries, props. Let's say we find a cheap charger for $60. Let's say we get like 4 batteries. Where are you seeing the Zorro for $120? I would rather buy the Zorro. Okay, we got a Pyrodrone link with the Zorro for $120. Fair enough. It's let's say we got batteries for $20 a piece and we buy 4 of them. We're at just over $20. And technically, I think you can buy these things and be in the air. But it's going to be mighty close. And that's a shame because, man, there used to be a time. Oh, we need batteries for the Zorro. Good point. Another $15 on there. You see my point. This is, and I know we spent, somebody said, oh, you spent way too much time on this, Bardwell. I wanted to work through this because it used to be that I would say you can get into the hobby for $600 if you scrape bare bones, and with $1,200 or $1,300 you could get everything you need. It's just not true anymore, is it? I mean, we kind of knew that, but it's just not true anymore. That's not everything you need. You need tools, you need spares, and that's only just the beginning. So, alrighty. Well, thank you for that question. Now I know. Now I know the absolute minimum. Now, granted, that was buying new stuff and bind and flies. You could do better if you built your own. You could do better if you bought used. But just the lazy man's, I just want to spend money and buy things, like $1,200, $1,300 with digital. Analog would knock $200 off of that. If you were willing to go with a cheap analog goggles, it would knock $700 off of that. Yeah. If you got a $100 set of analog goggles, is a lot of money saved. That's a good point. All right, let's get these super chat.